Now the news in details. The government supports the entertainment industry beyond funding, VP Osinbajo. The entertainment industry as a whole is one of Nigeria's largest export and a great source of income in the country. In an exclusive interview with the Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, he disclosed that the government of the day is doing a lot to support the industry aside supporting with funds. According to him, the government is helping the industry make relevant connections to Hollywood and is also working to create a conducive environment for film production in Nigeria.
First, let me say that, yes, there's a lot that can be done by government, especially to encourage entertainment. Last year, I took a team of entertainers and persons involved in the entertainment industry as a business and artists. I took them all, we all went to Hollywood. I met with several of the major film companies in Hollywood. We were there for a whole day. We met with the 20th Century Fox people, Max, the whole range of production companies, film companies, and all of that. And many of them, I think, were able to make some interesting contacts, and we also found that even with respect to equipment, just being able to lease equipment and get the right quality of equipment, we could get some assistance from some of these major companies. So for me, I think that the most important thing is not just that government should provide facilities, but that government should encourage the entertainment industry by creating the necessary linkages that are important for them to be able to develop that industry. But also to encourage them, the interfaces with companies and with artists and, the entertainment industry all over the world. And then policy also that would make entertainment easier. So what we did, in fact, that group of people belonged to what we call the Technology and Entertainment Advisory Group. This was actually a group that was set up as part of what we call the Industrial and Competitiveness Council. Now, this Industrial and Competitiveness Council is a council of the major companies, major manufacturing companies such as Dangote, flour mills, etc. They have a council which I chair, but that council did not have any entertainment or technology component of it as such. So we then, in my discussions with several young people who are involved in entertainment, we then decided, why don't we set up a technology and advisory group that would come and be members of this Industrial and Competitiveness Council. So that's how come we set up this council and this advisory group. I was that advisory group. Many of the members went with me to Hollywood for these consultations we had. So I think there's a lot that can be done in terms of government working with the entertainment industry. And, we've tried to do exactly that.
To cater to the millions of graduates shunned out of Nigerian universities on a yearly basis, the Empower program acts as a buffer that takes in a number of these youths and trains them while giving them temporary employment, all in a bid to keep them occupied and prepare either for employment or business. He added that job creation is a process that requires building of infrastructure, and this is what the government is currently working on.
First, you recognize that 1.7 million young people are out of school, come out of school every year. So you have graduates of universities and polytechnics and other tertiary institutions come out every year. That's 1.7 million people. So you have on the job market 1.7 million every single year. So there's a need, no matter how quickly you are creating jobs, it's unlikely you'll create that many for every one of those graduates who's coming out of school. So there's a need to create some kind of a buffer between youth corps and when you then find yourself some other employment, which is what the Empower is about. So the Empower is actually meant to take as many of that 1.7 million people, occupy them and train them. Because it's not just about earning a salary. We also have, each of them is given a tablet, a tablet, a device, like an iPad and all of that. which contains training material, a lot of training material, entrepreneurial skills, code writing programs, and all manner of, training information is contained in that tablet. Several of them are trained as extension workers in farms, so that they themselves can be farmers or advise farmers. Some are public health workers and some are teachers. But then they're also given the facility to train themselves and become more employable. So what they earn is just part of the benefits that they derive. They're also trained. But at the moment, we're engaging 500,000 of such. We have 500,000 beneficiaries of the Empower. But we're now looking at doing 1.5 million of the Empower, so that we're better able to take that 1.7 million, at least a good majority of them, out of the job market for at least a 2-year period while they are being trained as well.